One thing that's becoming quite popular is these types of acoustic panels, the wooden slates, but one thing I haven't seen online is a comparison test between these new types of acoustic panels and your traditional acoustic panels. Usually when you saw acoustic panels made of wood, they aren't really acoustic panels. They're not noise absorbers. They are noise diffusers, acoustic diffusers. So the difference is these types of panels absorb sound waves, making the room sound better by eliminating or reducing the echoes, where wooden acoustic panels, what they do is they're called acoustic diffusers, which it scatters the sound waves around to make the room sound more natural. These panels, yes, there's wood, but there's also the piece where these slates, wooded slates, are attached to is a felt pad. So it will absorb some of the noise, but just how much? Is it going to make this room sound better by working as an absorber and a diffuser? We'll find out. And one thing that's good is that it makes it easy to cut. You just need a knife and you can cut it to size when you install them. Another thing, if you live in an apartment, they can be installed. You see, the hardware that comes with these types of panels are drywall screws. You basically put 4 screws onto these slates and you cover the back of the screw with these little felt tabs to kind of hide it. But another way that you can hang them if you live in a rental are command strip, but not your typical cheap command strip. These are the Velcro type. One thing about these types of command strips, yes, they are a little bit more expensive, but they are a lot more rugged, and the adhesive backing will stick to the felt material. And then you attach another set onto the wall. This video, I'll use a cordless drill and I'll attach them to the wall the way that it is instructed to. All right, so I found some royalty-free music. I'll start it at 5 minutes and 5 seconds. I have the volume set at 40. And you'll be able to hear in real time the difference between acoustic panels and no acoustic panels because I'll be removing them as the music goes just so you can hear the difference. And then I'll add the wooden ones and we'll be able to see if it's actually worth it. It'll look good, but will it actually make a difference? We'll find out. Don't mind the music, it's just royalty free so I don't get flagged. Quite a difference right there. I mean, well, even as I talk, there's a lot more of an echo. What comes in the box is 4 panels covering 1.4 square meters or 15.5 square foot. All right, so I'm going to use my cordless drill and install it with the hardware that came with it. You can also use the command strips, which would also work, especially if you're in a rental, to not damage the wall. I'll have links in the description below of everything I talk about in this video to make it easy for you to go out and purchase. So now, let's begin. All right, so the first piece that we're going to add is the one at the very end, which can be held by this larger piece anyway. I can't even see the drywall screws just from standing here in front of it, so you shouldn't have too much to worry about. There we go. Why? This section at the bottom, you'll need to take your measuring tape And all I'll be doing is measuring from this section, this table, to the acoustic panel. It's almost exactly 5 inches. Before I start cutting, before I start cleaning this spot out, I figured I would show you what not to do. If you're in a pinch, if you're in a rental and you don't have a table saw, fine. You can get a, what do I have here? A fine finish mini saw. Basically, these teeth are still a little bit too jagged. What this will do, if you're going to use a small hand saw to be cutting these types of panels, first off, it's not going to be accurate. So you have your square panel. Don't expect the line to actually be a straight line. However, if you do have a table saw like this, then it will work a lot better. Just make sure to put on all your proper protective equipment, safety glasses so it doesn't fly in your face, and you're good to go. Just make your cuts, do your measurements, and fill in all of the gaps. Now that all the acoustic panels are installed, actually it does sound better. I can just the sound of my voice does sound better, but we'll be able to test with the royalty-free music, same spot as before with the volume at 40, and we'll be able to, well, you'll be able to hear the difference. One thing I do notice is that I find that it does sound better in the room. And with these types of panel, they go right behind the TV, so they go literally across from the speakers, because these TVs, people always say, flat screen TVs, they don't sound good, the speakers are no good. But one thing, even if you had good speakers in these TVs, they're pointing towards the wall. They're pointing against that hard surface. So all it's going to do, it's going to bounce around those sound waves and make reverberation and just not sound that good. But if you have these types of panels behind the TV across from the speakers, then the speakers don't have to be necessarily high quality for it to sound a lot better than what it sounded before. They do look better than an acoustic panel, let's face it. So now that you've seen all those magazine photos and websites with these types of panels, you now see how easy it is to install, and you can basically do it DIY. And of course, yes, it works a lot better with a table saw, but still kind of doable with a hand saw. It just, let me know in the comment section below if you have tried these types of panels and where. And also in a future video, I'll see if these panels, if you cover an entire wall with these panels, a wall that doesn't have a door or a window, just between rooms, if you cover from floor to ceiling with these panels, is it going to not only absorb noise in the room, but is that felt and these panels of wood, are they going to be enough to actually block some sound? So are they going to be acoustic panels, or are they going to be soundproofing panels? We'll find out in a future video, so make sure to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time.